This week's Parsha is Parshas Tetzaveh, and I learned the most vital component of leadership and what trait defines every true leader a year ago. Last year, I had the opportunity I had a good fortune, a great Rav from Borough Park that I never really met before, came to visit my community for a weekend, for a vacation, and he arrived like Thursday night and left Sunday early morning. So he was mamash here just for Shabbos. And as I arrived Friday morning to shul, there was like someone telling me, "Oh, this Rav is here. We're making a minyan for him." So I had the good luck to daven in his minyan. And me being a naturally very curious person and a little bit of a skeptic, so I paid a lot of attention to him. I wanted to see like his hanhogas, how he conducts himself and everything. And then after Shachris, I spoke to, there was like a group of people, him, his kids, and they were telling me, oh, they're going to daven actually in the same shul where I daven every Shabbos. So I was very excited. Shabbos morning he came, and I saw after every tefillah how he interacts with people and how he's like so calm, and he waits till everybody finishes talking to him, and then he leaves, and no rush, very nice and attuned and attentive to everyone in a very calm demeanor. So that Shabbos, just an interesting thing that my wife was in shul for some speech that they had for women, and they had shalashudas for women as well in shul in a separate room. So my wife was there with the kids. So when Motzei Shabbos came, I told my wife, let's wait a little bit after Marav. I told her, let's wait. And let's try to get this Rav and speak to him. We had some things going on in our life. We wanted a bracha and some guidance. So of course, he was in shul after Marav and people were talking to him, and he was calm and attuned and spoke to everybody. And it took some time, maybe 20, 25 minutes, until he came out of shul, and me and my wife were waiting for him in a quiet corner. And we spoke, and it was very interesting how there was no time. It felt like maybe 10, 15 minutes, but in a way it felt like an hour. It felt like everything died. The whole world doesn't exist. It's just us and him. And he was so attuned to us, to me, my wife, and the kids. He remembered my kids' names. And as soon as I turned away for a second to my kids, he gave a compliment to my wife on me. He said some good, nice things about me. And then my wife had to run after my son. He told me some nice things about my wife. And then he complimented us on our kids, how good they are. And it mamish felt like he knew everything we needed to hear. And he was able to like know exactly, like even the bracha he gave us, we thought we need a certain bracha, and months later, we understood the bracha he gave us was like mamash, like exactly what we needed, and we had no clue. It was impossible for him even to know. Like it was very interesting. We left that as we walked away from that experience. I realized that I had just witnessed true leadership. Mamash, I felt like an Aram Makev had taken me over. Like I was surrounded by something that's unworldly. Like the energy, even to this day, when I go back to that moment, something takes me around. It's like more than a virtual hug. It's that energy is still with me. It's incredible. So what does it have to do with this parsha? A Kohen Gudel is a Kohen Hagudel Me'echav. A Kohen Gudel is someone that's above his brothers. What does it mean above his brothers? So the realization of that, so this realization of a Gudel, that helped me understand this parsha. The what? Hashem tells Moshe to make for Aharon garments that should be lachuvad elasafuras. What does it mean lachuvad elasafuras? We know Aizehi mechubad. It says in Pirkei Aizehi mechubad hamachabed esabrias. Who is a person that has kuvod? A person that gives kuvod to other people. who's honored? The person that honors others. So what's the Kohen Gadol's kuvod? What does that mean? So the garments are not just for his ego. The garments are for the dignity that his job represents. So the Torah then goes on to devotes a lot of time explaining exactly the garments of Aharon, of the Kohen Gadol, and one of the main garments is the choshen that he wears, the breastplates. And it says over there, a very important loises, something we have to be very careful, as velo yazach hachoshen ma'al ha'ifad. The choshen cannot be removed or even moved a little bit. It has to always remain fully attached to his ephod, which is the breastplate, has to always be attached to the chest of the kohen. And then it says, "V'nasa Aharon es shemois b'nai Yisrael al liboy, bevo el hakodesh leZikuran." He has to carry the names of Klal Yisrael. B'nai Yisrael means the tribes, the shvutim of Yisrael, of the sons of Yaakov, but also it means B'nai Yisrael, the Pushat Pshat, right? It just says B'nai Yisrael. So did he actually write Klal Yisrael's names on his breastplate? No, but he has to metaphorically remember on his heart all of Klal Yisrael. It also says, and V'nosa Aharon es mishpat B'nai Yisrael aliboy lefnai Hashem tumad. And he has to bear the judgment and the burdens of the complexities of the nation on his heart before Hashem constantly. So what does that mean? What's the breastplate represent? It represents that the kuvod of the Kohen Gadol is not just his garments, right? Like a Hasidic Rebbe would wear a beketche or a kapata. It's not the garments that make the Kohen Gadol. It's the beketche, the kapata reminds the Rebbe, reminds the Gadol who his people are, who's making him, whose burden does he really carry? When he goes and he speaks to Hashem, he does his avodah. What does he bring to the table? He brings each and every person's issues, problems, judgments, complexities. He has them all in mind. If he goes in to the avodah just with his garments lakuvot for himself or his own kuvot, that's yazach. That's removing the breastplate from his chest. That's removing his main job of having in mind, of keeping Klal Yisrael in mind and seeing everything that Klal Yisrael needs, each and everyone in their own situations. So that Shabbos encounter taught me that the essence of greatness is not how many follow a Rebbe, only how much he sees and understands, and in the moment he is with each and every yid, each and every one of his followers, each and every person, what he keeps on his mind, who's in front of his mind, who is on his chest when he has issues. It's the people he cares for. It's it's not his beketche, his garbs, his clothing, his kuvod. It's the kuvod of others. It's the others that give him kuvod. The people that he has in mind, that's what gives him kuvod. So what's our task? Our task is twofold. One is to seek out such leaders. We have to find such leaders. And the other one is to emulate them. We have to live in the presence, to carry others on our hearts, and to remember their names, their struggles, their hopes, and to ensure that wherever we stand, the people before us feel seen, valued, and deeply cared for. So that Matzah Shabbos I thought that I had gone to receive a brucha from a Gadol. I thought I'm getting a brucha from a Rav, from a leader. Only did I realize I had just witnessed how a Gadol becomes one. Have a wonderful Shabbos.